So have you seen the film yet?
Oh, I'm so jealous. No, we haven't. No.
You're in for an absolute treat. For my mind, it's the most memorable film I've seen this year, for being the most real. So how did you go about getting the research and the reality into that in such a short time scale that the whole thing's come together?
I think testament has to be paid to the three para ex-soldiers who were involved in the training. Hats off to Luke Hardy, Tim, and a couple of other boys that helped us out with the training. I mean, it was the training wasn't the guys turning up on the first day saying, "Hi guys, we're going to teach you how to be paras." You know, it was write your paras, and you do what you're told, and you learn the way the guys were taught and how they were trained. It was very, very tough. I mean, it was literally brutal. You weren't turning up and they were being very nice to you. You weren't an actor, you were a soldier. You know, and you were treated like a soldier, and it was incredible. Learned an awful lot, and I think it bonded the team probably the way it does when the guys go and do their training. The training is designed that you have to work as a team. It doesn't work without it. And on a movie set, sometimes you can have guys that are out, and, you know, you've got your number one guy, your number two guy, and people know their position in the movie and their smaller parts and bigger parts. And this, it doesn't work without everybody. And essentially, if you've seen the movie, you'll know that it's very much an ensemble piece. You know, very much so.
I found the training to be exceptional, an amazing experience, and a fantastic experience to be able to get a chance to begin to. Part of it's also becoming comfortable with the technical language, the lingo, the way that the guys relate to each other, to get used to using the weapons and the armour, you know, the weapons and the gear and your Bergens and your kit, basically, and start to have an etiquette about the way that you deal with things, because that's really the things that come across, I think, when you watch a film, is the way people handle things as much as how comfortable they feel with the objects that they're using. And so that was an amazing experience to get a chance to have that, and to have, like we say, Luke Hardy there, who was like heading up the kind of the military advising position. But also, I think credit has to go to Tom Williams, the screenwriter, who has been working on this project for many years and has researched this, and none of that could have happened without the real veterans, the guys who were there coming forward and being able to tell their story in an honest and frank way, in a comfortable environment, in a production company that has invited them on board and wanted to use as much of their input as possible to create a story which is as real to life as possible. I don't think any of that would have been possible without a production company facilitating that, and Tom, a fantastic screenwriter, putting his own creativity and adding it into something, to real life accounts, and taking the time to visit each one of those vets. And
So with all that in the background, how heavy did you feel the responsibility at all, or was that you were just trying to tell the story?
Massive responsibilities. We got to meet a lot of the guys involved in the incident. We got to read all the transcripts, and it's normally when you get a role, you look at a role, you look at a character, you think, well, this is. I feel I know this character. I think the character would feel this. I feel that. When it's a real person, it's like you're portraying somebody else. You don't really got any license to do much outside of what that guy. I mean, the guys tonight are going to come. I play Stu Pearson, and they're expecting to see Stu Pearson on that screen. So yeah, that's a massive responsibility. I've never played a role in a true story before. So yeah, I certainly felt it. And tonight I'm hoping Stu says to me, if I don't get it right, he'll chase me down this red carpet. He's brought his running leg apparently. So,
or throw you out of a plane.
Yeah. Well, he's already did that actually.
I gathered.
Yeah, we did it.
How was that? Which was more scary, doing the film or?
I was actually a bit relaxed doing the jump, to be fair, until Stu informed me that since leaving the para regiment, and obviously he's a paratrooper, that's what he did for a living, jump out of planes, that he's done 200 jumps since, and he's broke his ankle, his good legs snapped and stuff, and he tells you that just before we got on the plane, and then he jumps out before you and gives you a wave, and you're up next, you know, like, yeah, scary.
And I'm assuming the flies in the film aren't CGI.
No, they're not. They're really annoying. They're really, really annoying in the middle of a scene. But that's what's great, actually. Say we were doing a scene, and it's 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 going to be pretty emotional. You prepared yourself. You're thinking, right. You get up in the morning. You've been up since 5. You're thinking, right, it's going to be a tough scene. And you're ready. We've worked out, how things might go, but let's see how it goes. We start doing it, and then just as we say, turn in, and action, a fly comes down and lands on your nose, and you're like, you fucking bastard, like, get off my nose, I'm trying to act here. But the fact is, that's what's there. You're lying in there, and after a while, And they really, after a while, there were maybe 30 of them on me, and I've been lying there for 10 hours or whatever. You get used to it. You stop feeling them. I miss them. I don't miss them at all.
You still got the tans you got out in Jordan. Are they just about gone now?
I think they've just about faded now. You got your
Glaswegian. In Glasgow, we don't see much.
How much Factor 50 did you have?
Yeah, well, loads. Yeah. That's the thing about it, is the conditions are brutal, and it was helpful when you were trying to portray difficult emotional scenes, frustrating scenes, how the guys must have felt, and the conditions were just relentless. Like that sun beating down, just something 58 degrees some days. You try to work in that environment, and that's what these guys have to do every day. So you're reminded very quickly if you moan about anything by the real life soldiers going, I would have you on the ration packs. You wouldn't be getting lunch. So yeah.
I think it all comes across fabulously in the film, and I hope you really enjoy it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey